Hello guys, we're going to start here in just a minute. Just going to share a link here. Alright guys, it's been a minute. Just got back from a vacation thingy, and gonna start resuming stuff here tonight. A little later start than I planned, but nothing too bad. It's only an hour-ish show tonight. SCW making their debut here. Opening match is some tag action. We have the young Von Erichs, Marshall, and we'll see them in a little bit here. Marshall and Ross. Ross in the gray, Marshall in the black. And they're taking on Owens and Zayn. So let's see how this one goes here. Okay, good. That's weird. Guess the music isn't in. Alright, starting with Marshall and Owens in the ring here. Senton. Here, let's go. That's right, Star Fox. The big premiere. Cover gets two there, surprisingly. Hi Dimitri, how you doing? Welcome to the stream and channel. I don't think I've seen you on stream before. Nice, well, nice, thank you. Appreciate the support. It's awesome that you're able to join tonight. I know that streams can be a little tricky to get at the start of things sometimes. Old sports games, yeah. Yeah, I know it's kind of been, I need to do a channel update soon. Because I've been meaning to try to get back more into those. I do have some stuff planned. Of that area. I know my triple play series, I wasn't able to start that like I planned, mostly because of, I thought I had all the installments and I didn't, and I just didn't have the time or resources to get them within a reasonable time span. However, I posted it, but I do plan on, oh, stunner! It looks like DDP's helping, the Owens and Zane here, but I do plan on doing finishing off my NBA 2K series for the PS3 there, and review series, and then I also plan on doing a season mode review of NFL 2K on Dreamcast. So that's the plan. I'm also in the middle of WWE Shut Your Mouth season story mode review, but I want to try to do no, oh, he just got critical with the stunner. Yeah, I love Shut Your Mouth. It's actually a bit underrated because the one after Here Comes the Pain is just such a juggernaut wrestling game that game unfortunately doesn't always get the credit it should get. 70, but unfortunately for Marshall, since he was critical there, he's gonna have to take a spin on the critical reel. We'll have to see what happens with him. Well, you never know. He could be fine. He may only be gone a week or something. You never know. There are options. That'll be explored later on. Top 3. You know, it's weird. I was doing, I'm in the middle of an RCW, fantasy wrestling promotion project. We started with No Mercy. That was the plan, to do it under. But the game glitched out and erased everything, so we switched over, and we didn't know which to switch over to, 06 or 07, because both are kind of neck and neck. But we ended up going with 06 mostly because there was just a few things in 06 that 07 switched out that we just ended up preferring a little bit over 07. But the gameplay styles are very different. 07 is definitely more slower paced, and 06 is a bit, and I think that's what made people want it a little bit more than 07. But 07's still good, still great too. It was very close, but 06 ended up edging it out. I do plan on resuming that soon. Yeah, I think 06 still does the body thing where it does the limbs and the head, like what Here Comes the Pain brought in. I think that's what it does. Next one here, we got Bruno Sammartino versus the Sheik. Sheik, I definitely need to update his moveset, for sure. Bruno, I think Bruno is set. He doesn't really... I don't think he needs anything changed there. Alright, let's see how it goes here. But yeah, I mean, Well, it's weird because I think what made us pick 06 over 7, I think a big thing was the game speed. I think that was the big difference maker there. And I think another thing too is I think people preferred the roster in 06 a little bit more than 07. That was another thing as well. But we got one more developmental video for that, and then after that we're gonna just do straight up RCW events. And it's gonna be a little bit, it's a more relaxing, it's like a community like fun little more text story driven thing. Yeah, I need to play a little bit more of 07. I played a lot of 06, but 07 I want to try to get in a little bit more in. I understand why people may prefer 07 compared to 06, because 07 was the first time they tried making it more sim style. And so I definitely get it. And plus the GM mode in 07 is, even though some people still say the one in 06 is the best, I know 07 featured a lot of new stuff, and I do want to try to check that out. And plus 07 was the first for the 360, so I definitely get why people would have. Yeah, that's a big thing there too, for sure. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing some more stuff. There's so much wrestling stuff to explore. It's just there's only so much time in the day, and and there's also a lot for old sports games too. Yeah, this year has definitely been very like a little bit very Fire Pro heavy compared to the prior years of the channel, and a lot of that just has to do with the fact that, well, it's a few reasons, and I can talk more about that in the channel update, but it's mostly just been, it's mostly just a combination of life busyness and it's just the focus and the focus more so really what the audience, maybe not audience necessarily, but more, it just, Fire Pro was, there's just a lot of people invested in this game and what we do with it, and it's a fun thing, and I enjoy doing it, and it's a newer thing compared to other stuff. Ooh boy. Kevin, Twitch, you know, I thought about getting on Twitch, I have. My wife Corey, who also does stuff on the channel every once in a blue moon, she's talked a lot about starting a Twitch in association with the channel, but we haven't done anything there yet in that. And like I said, it's tough because I don't do this for a living. This is just in my spare time. So unfortunately, I don't get the ability to put a ton of focus on it like I would like. But I wouldn't mind putting stuff on Twitch. I know a lot of people prefer Twitch. The biggest reason why I do everything on YouTube is mostly because I love keeping all the videos done without them. Because I know Twitch erases stuff. I know there's a way to keep videos, but you kind of have to go through a thing for that. And I like my stuff staying around, and that's kind of the biggest reason why I kind of stuck with YouTube. Yeah. But Twitch, I wouldn't mind, you know, putting stuff through Twitch. But that's the other thing too. I do want to do more streaming of other games besides Fire Pro or PS4 games in general, and I can do it, it's just, the quality of it is the exact same way as my recorded videos, and I know there's been a little bit of criticism from other people over the years about it being a little too old school for their taste. Oh, Honky Tonk Man helping out Bruno. But the thing with me is that man, I could almost create a whole video on my YouTube making history. I burned through so many computers and cameras because of random fuckery, and it's not even funny. Oh, here comes the giant. Looks like he's gonna help out the Sheik. So it ended up being like it is and always has been, mostly just because, one, I don't have the money. Because when I first started, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just doing because I had the drive for it. I wanted to do YouTube stuff. And I didn't want to wait like a gajillion years to save up a bunch of money to get tech or really anything like that. So I just started doing it and I just went for it. Pace and attacking Sheik, yeah, exactly. And it wasn't until later on when I was doing channel stuff did I learn more about how to do stuff and all that. Yeah, that's one of the stuff I love doing, because when I started doing sports game reviews, I just did random sports games in general. But over time, I really switched to, if I did do sports games, I did the series, like, because the Madden series, that's what it started. It's a little fudged up because I didn't know there was I didn't know '01 was on that gen till much later on, but the idea of it really is, unless stuff gets in the way, is to review a sports series from beginning to the PS3 gen. That's kind of when I set the line. I don't really like to do stuff on PS4, PS5, just because the way everything's built and designed makes it a pain in the ass. But even though it is doable, but I mean, there's some exceptions. There's times where I may start it on a system and then pause and focus on another. But the main goal of it at the end of the day is to review it throughout its lifetime, either through one console or multiple consoles, depending on if installments were exclusive on consoles early on, or if I decided to look through the alternate installments on different consoles. It depends. Yeah, I'm doing good, Eli. How are you? Bruno gets the win. Yeah, the Madden series, yeah, it's funny, my older videos get so many views, but I wouldn't consider, but I was such a noob in the sports gaming world that a lot of stuff I say on there isn't always accurate, which kind of sucks, because sometimes I get people that correct me in the comments. I'm like, yeah, I know, I know. Yeah, it was a great match. That 90 certainly helps out a lot. And San Martino gets a solid win there with that Canadian backbreaker. Traveling with no speakers, but tuning in. Okay, great, man. Next match, we got Juventud Guerrero versus La Parcu. This is for the Cruiserweight title. First SCW Cruiserweight champion. This game, Fire Pro? Fire Pro is a very interesting wrestling game. It's very sandbox style. Basically, the Fire Pro series is... It was started as a Japanese wrestling game. It's very sim-driven and very customizable. But the series has been known for its great CPU for doing great simulation of matches. It started as a Japanese exclusive series. It didn't get an American release till the early 2000s. They made 2 Game Boy Advance games of it. And then they made a Fire Pro Returns on PS2. And then they made this. There was a 360 installment, but it's considered an abomination by the community and no one counts it. This game right here, World, this is probably going to be the last of its series. It came out in like 2017 on Steam. No, 2016 on Steam and 2017 on this. The reason why this game has become such a big thing on the channel is for a few reasons. Even though this game does have odd limitations, what really sells the game is really the space and the CPU. The space for creation and doing everything. And pretty much what we do is we run like eFeds, which is like fictional leagues that other people run. Like there's people in the chat like Eli, Greatman, and Star Fox, and there's others too that have promotions, and the promotions compete through individual events like shows and stuff. Think of it like the Monday Night Wars between WCW and WWF, or like territory warfare during the NWA days of back in the day. It's kind of like that. It's kind of, and we do another thing too, that's just individual wrestler level, like kind of like a story mode in like Here Comes the Pain or Shut Your Mouth or whatever. We're kind of going through a remaking process of the two, like the individual wrestler YWA. It's becoming a developmental system for TWN that we're doing now, and we're doing one of the promotion shows now. I have in the Discord on my thing, I have a whole guidebook and everything on the two, so there's definitely, but anyone can join. Everyone starts out with YWA stuff, so you can kind of get a feel for it, and over time, if they feel like they can get the hang of it, then they can get the option to participate in TWN with a whole promotion with wrestlers and stuff. Think of it like a Dungeons and Dragons like thing or something like that, only it's like wrestling driven. And on the promotion level, it's kind of like think of it like Sim City or some type of simulation where you pick stuff out. Only all your matches and your booking and everything, you get to see it live on like shows and pay-per-view stuff. You'll get a budget to maintain, and we run seasons, and there's winners of seasons like best promotions and stuff. So there's a lot to it. But like I said, everyone starts at the individual wrestler level to kind of get the hang of it. Okay, no problem, Gray Man. Alright, this is for the Cruiserweight title between Guerrero and La Parka. So let's see how this one goes here. I know I said a mouthful, but I only mentioned that, Dimitri, only because if that does intrigue ya, there is a pathway to do it, but it's not. It's definitely an optional thing, and yeah, the Cruiser bout. I just ordered it to Cruiser because I can't put the whole name there. Alright, this should be some fun Cruiserweight action here. But yeah, I recently like revamped like everything in the Discord for like the guidebooks and all the stuff, so it's all fresh. The next YWA event's gonna be Big Bang 2 in the middle of September, and it's kind of the swan song, because before that event, YWA was considered very much a completely separate thing, and what we're doing is that merging of it is kind of be the end of the era of it. So this event's kind of be the swan song of it. So Sting's old Metallica theme. I forgot. I didn't realize he had a Metallica theme. Was it from his TNA days, or was it like a different promotion thing? Or what? Oh, 450. WCW, interesting. Okay, Seek and Destroy. Ah, okay, now that rings a bell. That's cool. I'm happy to see like AEW is able to like get some themes of guys from other places. You know, because I get that when a wrestler switches promotions, they have to like get a new theme. I get it, but there's definitely times where I'm just like, man, that other theme just fits too well to not have everywhere, like the Hardy theme. I don't think I'll ever, I think I'll always laugh when Jeff Hardy came back to AEW and his brother's just getting his ass handed to him in the corner by a bunch of guys, and Jeff is just coming down dancing and doing his shtick before coming in to help him. That's always gonna be gold there. Ooh. Oh, we'll draw. Also, in terms of streaming schedule, I do plan on streaming again tomorrow. It's going to be some SWA action under the TWN umbrella. It's going to be their first event of season 6 here. Season 6 here, we just started. We're running with 9 promotions right now. Oh, counter.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, Hoovy gets the win. Oof. Huatu with the sneaky win over La Parka here. Comes the first ever SCW Cruiser Champion. Yeah, and sometimes that happens. La Parka's kind of weird because he's technically a cruiserweight, but he kind of, I feel like, but every time I see him live or something, he looks like a heavyweight, but I think a lot of that is just the outfit he wears. He might be like a cruiser guy, but with the outfit he wears, it makes him look like a lot bigger than he probably is. Saw and destroyed, yeah. Oh man, yeah. You know, I forgot to sign, because I was going to sign Juventud a while back to have him feud with Kidman, but I completely forgot about signing him because I got so high up in Hayabusa. But I'm glad to see him getting used here. That's kind of the biggest reason why I wanted to get more promotions, because there's just so many wrestlers, good wrestlers, that just are just kind of sitting around, and I definitely want to see everyone get some action, of course, reasonably, without pushing the thing too much, because some people tried doing that in the past, trying to get guys to join in on a whim, and it didn't quite work out, mostly because they just didn't know what they were getting into. They didn't know the level of, like, because the thing with TWN stuff, as opposed to YWA stuff, TWN stuff, you do have to maintain like a consistent communication. You do have to be around. You do have to kind of talk and communicate with other people who run it for a fun sake, and also to make sure everything's kind of running smoothly, because even if we just have one guy just complete ghost things, it can throw everything off. I mean, there are safeguards in place for that, but at the end of the day, it's really something you really have to, like, know if you're gonna, like, go full on in or not. Let's see. Alright, yeah, next match is DDP versus not the Giant Mankind. What am I thinking? Where is he? There he is. Oh, nope. Alright, let's see how it goes.
It's me. It's DDP. Bang!
But yeah, if in case nobody saw my post in the Retro Sports Gamer Discord, I recently got WWE 2K23 for PS4. I do plan on doing a streaming review of that soon. I know it's kind of late, but you know, I just got it off a whim for my birthday, so just like a couple days ago. So it's or the other day, and it's kind of weird because I against DDP. Got Buster. I did update DDP's moveset a few days ago, so he should be a little bit more DDP-ish. You know, it sucks because I wanted to get a... Because in the game here, his Diamond Clash move is medium grapple, but I was looking for a strong grapple version of it, and I just can't find it. So, I'll just have to keep digging for it. Yeah, it sucks that but that's the thing, like, I feel like the biggest problem with that whole invasion thing is that they needed to wait a year, because literally a year after they started the invasion thing, they got 90% of the big WCW big guns in there. They got Ric Flair, Goldberg, NWO, I mean, all the big guns. And if they just waited a year, they could have done that whole story with those guys, but they didn't want to wait. And yeah, I get why they didn't too, but that thing, you're already gonna I mean, the booking didn't help, but it definitely would have been more intriguing if you had the big stars there as well, because everyone wanted to see the dream matches. Like they weren't gonna get Sting. That was a guaranteed. Sting wasn't gonna go there off the bat, no matter what. But the other guys, getting those other guys would have made a huge difference. Because without those guys, the big guns with WCW before ECW got involved shortly after, when they realized that they weren't gonna make it work with WCW, just WCW, it was really Booker T and DDP. Oh, and Scott Steiner joined up a year later too, so that's another guy there. Like, oh, another critical with Mankind with the Diamond Cutter.
It's me. It's DDP.
Yeah, well, let's see how Mankind does on the critical thing as well. Yeah, to be honest, I do like that we added that critical thing, because that's the thing when we do this, is that even though I do want this to kind of be kind of like a fun, kind of like what-if dream-like scenario, like having little realistic elements can kind of bring a sense of like strategy. Because there are times where your guy might get hurt, and he might be out for a while. But it creates opportunities, though. Like, there's so many wrestlers that rose up because another guy got hurt. Yeah, it doesn't help for ratings, that's for sure. shooting. Like, man, DDP just went off script and decided to give Mankind the lethal cutter, and it just got... Let's see, 61. Alright, next one, we got Bryan Adams versus the Giant. Interesting. See how this one goes. Austin Cleveland, Mick. Dude, love. Well, that's the thing, like, because so far the Mick Foley alignments is, SCW has Mankind, FTOA has Cactus Jack, although they specifically had the WCW version of Cactus Jack. And my promotion, IGW, we have Dude Love. I did say on Discord recently that we did have a Foley rule about, like, certain wrestlers being multi-represented. Like, there's certain rules for that. And the original rules, it was pretty much, it had to be almost exactly like Mick Foley. I did decide to open it up a little bit. Like, a good examples would be, like, The Undertaker, for example. Like, because his American Badass character, even though it is arguably, like, the same guy, quote-unquote, as, regular Taker, you could definitely argue that it's different enough where it could be their own person or personality, if you will. At the same time though, I do have to set lines though, because it could very easily be like we just get like a bunch of different variations of the same wrestler. And because I don't want like to be like 5 different versions of like Dustin Rhodes, like his Goldust, his natural gimmick, his the schizophrenic gimmick in TNA, the 7 Deadly Sin gimmick from WCW for like a hot minute. Like, I want to be careful not to do like too much of that either, because there's a ton of wrestlers, and I don't want like a bunch of guys kind of getting sidelined for 5 versions of the same guy. So there's definitely a line that there's gonna be times where I may have to make a judgment call on. Like, for example, how many versions of The Undertaker do we allow? Like, there's different eras of Undertaker. I think I listed 4 in the Discord. Which is pretty much like the OG version, the Ministry version, the American Badass version, and then his final version that he went the rest of his career as. I know between the OG and the Ministry there is a version in the middle there, but I'm gonna kind of group it with Ministry just for simplicity's sake. In movesets with that rule, the moveset doesn't necessarily make a difference, although it can help. It's more about like how the character was treated. Like, was it treated as a different thing than the original kind of thing? And a big indicator there is that, like, how Heart Punch, how separate it was treated actually was. But like I said, there'll still be limitations there, because like I said, I don't want like 10 Dustin like Rhodes running around, or like 6 Undertakers, like, or 3 Hogans, because it can be a little too OP. Because I know lots of people want certain wrestlers, but There's only, and here's the other thing too, I also at the same time, I do want people to have the option to give guys gimmick changes without, you know, like, and I still think that should be a viable option, and I don't want to limit that just to have another model of a guy flying around either. So there's definitely a balance there. Although Bray Wyatt, though, he would definitely qualify for that rule as well, because he's definitely had some different characters under his belt.
One, two, 3, 4, 10 minutes gone.
Ooh, final cut. Bear hug.
Give up.
Giant fights out. Another hard punch. And I think that's another rule too with what I was talking about prior, is that it can't just simply be a name change or just a look change. It also has to be like the personality change. Like for example, Giant and Big Show wouldn't be separate because they're still this kind of the same guy, just, you know, different names and stuff. Laparca looks like he's helping out the Giant here.
1, 2.
Too hard. Yeah, I know, right? That'd be some tag team right there, Laparca and the Giant. Also, this is the semi-main event. The main event is, hey Star Fox, is the main event a dance or a threat? But it's a three-way thing for the SCW title. It's going to be between Chris Adams, Brian Clark, and, oh, what are those initials of? A dance? Okay. I have to look up the third guy. I put his name as initials. Powerbomb. Honky Tonk Man. Okay, that's who it was. Powerbomb. Less than a minute. Yes, that was the three guys. Oh, alley-oop. Goes for a cover.
2, 3.
Ooh, look at that. The Giant gets the win with the alley-oop. 89, nice. Solid match there. Great Titanic clash there. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, not League. Battle Royale. There we go. That ring, I bet. Yeah. I mean, if Crash Holly was in there, it'd be like well over 1,400 pounds. Oh. Let's see. But yeah, like I was talking about earlier about YWA, after the Big Bang 2 thing, we're gonna be. It's pretty much because Star Fox is the commissioner right now of YWA. So after Big Bang 2, oh, not that. It's gonna be there is going to be a new show. Pay-per-views, me and Star Fox talked. Pay-per-views are still going to be monthly. So far, it's still the 12 monthly ones. However, show-wise, I'm not quite sure how we're going to do it necessarily. I think it's more about, like, it's definitely going to be pattern-based, I will say. I think it just depends on when Star Fox is able to make booking when and where. Because I wasn't sure if we were going to still do weekly or if we're going to do one every 2 weeks. Jeez. Then you'll need 2 rings for that. Or like a ring tower. Let's see, where is SCW? So, Honky Tonk Man. Chris Adams and Brian Clark. Alright. 3-way dance for the SCW title. Let's see how it goes.
Fight! Yeah!
Pile driver.
Yeah!
One.
Ha! Ha!
Going for a cover here. You know, it's funny you mention that, Tyler. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if you've been on the stream before. It's funny you mention that. I just got that the other day for my birthday. So I will be reviewing that on a stream very soon. I gotta download it first, of course. It's a little late, I will admit that. That's the problem with the early releases, at least for me, because by the time I'm able to afford or get the opportunity to get them, it's usually halfway through its life cycle before the next one comes out. But 2K23, from my understanding, added a lot of good stuff. I've heard some criticism, but I do want to give it my 2 cents, because I did like 2K22. I did some 2K22 stuff on the channel. I did encounter some issues with what I was trying to do. So, it kind of, at the end of it did kind of leave a kind of a bitter taste in my mouth. But I do want to try to do something with 2K23, although I don't think I'm going to do the exact same thing I did last time. Even though I said I would. I might do something a little different, just to kind of keep things fresh, but we'll have to see. Because either way, I do plan on playing the shit out of that game till 2K24 comes out, because I want to capitalize the most on that game while it's still hot. Because, like I said, I don't think yearly releases are palatable anymore. I just don't, but for some reason these sports franchises still do it nonetheless. But, you know, I'm still gonna play it and probably enjoy it, because there's a lot of good stuff. Like, GM mode is, like, expanded it and added a lot to. I heard War Games is on there. Hi, Dino. Sorry if that was late. War Games is on there. That's awesome. I heard in My Rise, it's the first time in the franchise where you could, where you can add, like, a created wrestler in regular play to that to do it. So that's great. But I have heard some things, and I will say it is kind of weird that after a couple weeks of hype, like, people just stopped talking about it. They did it for AEW Fight Forever too. It's kind of weird. I don't know if I would have preferred getting AEW Fight Forever or 2K23. And a big reason why is, it's a couple reasons. One, here's the thing with Fight Forever, I don't believe they're going to make that a yearly series. I think they're going to sit on installments for a bit before going next, which I love. The problem, though, with it is that, from what I heard, it's incredibly bare bones. And it doesn't give you a lot to do. And if I'm going to get that game, I kind of want there to be a little bit more there than what's there now. And with 2K23, yeah, it's a yearly release, but at least when you do got it, you got plenty to do. I think the only thing I'm disappointed by 2K23 is that it feels like the roster, I kind of wish they did more with the roster. It feels like they kind of played it safe a little bit. I thought they would add a lot more guys there. And I know they're kind of relying on community creations, but here's the other thing too, is that we can't put music in the game, so the more wrestlers they put in the game, the more music we have to select from, which is a big thing there, in my opinion. Honky tonk.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. August sweating just before the fall kicks in. No eliminations yet here. I think right now, Clark actually might be the favorite because of his moveset and size and strength. Pile driver. Oh, the meltdown. DDT. Ah, super kick. Picked up the green screen mat. Well, it's the green. That's what Star Fox approved of, I believe. Yeah, it's a lot of green. Well, the thing is that this promotion and IGW, we both have green and black. So I wanted to design it different enough so they wouldn't mix together too well. Because the thing is, there's only so many different colors and designs that you can do. So I definitely want to try to make it look as unique as possible. More Meltdown. Yeah, were you working out, Dino? Mariners logo. Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, I was trying to go for like a shootout western style kind of font. I'm glad that the green I picked doesn't blend in with the other green. It definitely still pops nonetheless. Yeah. Yeah, those things can happen sometimes. Oh, big neck breaker. Standing sidekick from Chris Adams. Oh, the meltdown! Rope saves Adams, though. Hits another one on Honky Tonk Man. Adams breaks it up. Honky Tonk gets suplexed out of the ring.
2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Super kick right there from Adams. The shake round roll. Yeah, I'm waiting for it too. Gut wrench suplex. Power bomb. DDT. Another meltdown.
1, 2, 3.
Honky Tonk's the one in blue. And Adam's just been eliminated. It's down to Honky Tonk Man and Brian Clark here. Couple power bombs there from Clark. Goes for a cover that time. Oh, there we go. Brian Clark's the first SCW champion. see how well that did there. Definitely needed a big... Yeah, I got 100 there. Big win for Clark here. That's gonna... Feel your pain. Ugh. Alright. So let's see how well the show did here. I'm gonna do some calculations here. Alright, alright, Star Fox, your show got your show got 80 overall. So a little rough. The couple injuries for some guys probably kind of got some of the match evaluations a little bit, but your last two you had 3 matches that kind of saved the show, 3 key ones. So, kind of... Ultimate nowadays, I wouldn't know. I haven't really played a lot online of that game, but I wouldn't doubt it. There's a lot everywhere now, it's crazy. Like, I almost low-key want, like, everything to kind of reboot with new systems that eliminated all spammers altogether, but there's only so much you can do there. But yeah, like I said, next is SCW. I plan on doing that tomorrow. I might double that up with a review of WWE 2K23. It depends on timing, if that will occur tomorrow or a day after or something like that, so I'll update as we go, but yeah, at least one get in the way and hit me. Yeah, everyone's trying to get up in there. But yeah, outside of those things, that's gonna do it for this stream here, guys. Thanks for watching. In case you guys, we do have a couple options. First one is we have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that in the About page / About section of our channel. We also have a community tab on our channel as well. You can access that anywhere, anytime. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.